Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for future videos. Thank you.
Hey, what's up guys? Houston here, and for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. Now, today's video, I need you to get out your playbook, and the reason is we're going to be talking about the best credit cards you can get with a good credit score. Now, understanding that, first of all, what is a good credit score? So a good credit score is usually between 670 to 739. Okay, and so for many people, if they're averaging maybe a 700, they figure, oh yeah, I'm in the clear. But here's the thing about it, or even if you have a 720, that doesn't mean that you're still safe. And here's the reason why. There's three things, or better yet, there's four things that you need to understand. Here, when you apply for a credit card, your DTI, your debt to income ratio, is going to play a factor. So even though you may have a 720 or even a 739 good credit score, again, if you have a high DTI, you can be denied a credit card. Now, number two, to get you denied, is too many inquiries. Now, in terms of too many inquiries, I always tell you, you get in a danger zone when you go above this 6 to 8 threshold. So remember that you're in a danger zone. Even if you have good credit, because you have too many inquiries, you still can get denied. Now, number three, and this here is starting to become very popular. It's too many accounts, okay? Accounts with the same bank, like Chase. So say that you have, Chase has a rule, a 524 rule. That means that if you cannot have more than 5 credit cards within a 2-year period, 24 months, right? So that's what that means, okay? So you have to understand it. Now, here's something else, number 4. This is very important that a lot of people forget about. Your blocked credit file. Okay, so when you're applying for a credit card and everything, you need to make sure that you unblock your credit file so they're able to pull from it. And like I said, with all credit cards, they don't pull from the same file. Now with credit unions, especially like Navy Federal, they may pull from 2 or 3 of them, right? 2 or 3 of them. With Capital One, they're going to pull from all 3 of them. Okay, and you can lock 1 or 2 or whatever, but at the same time, to make sure that you're getting approved, unblock your credit file, okay? So you just have to remember that. Now again, like I said, you can have this 739, but if you fall in between these 4 categories, this is more likely the reason that you're getting denied, okay? And then we're going to talk about some of the credit cards, again, that you can get with a good credit score, but you need to know why you may get denied even if you have a good credit score. Now, let's jump into this, all right? Let's talk about the benefits of having a good credit. Let's talk about the bennies, right? So the benefits of having a good credit score, again, low interest rates, right? So that means that basically you get to get cheap money, okay? Say that you wanted a car. So where everybody else is paying 10% or above, you probably end up getting an interest rate on a loan for a car, you probably getting maybe 3%, all right? So that makes a difference. So that means where somebody else's payment is $450, your payment is probably going to be about $325. Just because you have a good credit score. So you need to understand how to leverage your good credit so that you can keep more money in your pocket. All right. This is how you actually build wealth, because you have good credit, you're playing with cheaper money, and you're able to do extra things with the money that you get to save. So now let's talk about something else. And that's in terms of easy to refi. So when you have a good credit score or higher, it's easier for you, like say that you had a mortgage or something like that, it's easier for you to refinance, all right? Or say that you have credit cards with high balances on them and you wanted to consolidate them and stuff. If you have a good credit score with minimum inquiry, then you have a higher chance of moving those debts over to a credit card that can drop your DTI so that you're able to get more funding. All right. So that's the reason that you want to have a good credit score. Now, here's something that you have to understand. For a lot of people, this is right now, especially with rent and trying to get a mortgage. All right. Trying to get a mortgage. Here's the situation. If you have a good credit score, it's much easier. Now here most people, they have heard that like you can get an FHA with a 580 credit score, right? But again, you may have a high interest rate. So you can get a mortgage, but your interest rate is going to be so much higher. But if you have a good credit score, now you're looking at what the market is actually looking at. So you're looking at 2.5%, 3%, and you're getting a $300,000 mortgage, right? That makes a difference versus you paying maybe 6 or 7% on a $300,000. So you're definitely going to be talking about monthly. You're definitely going to be talking about maybe about $250, $300 difference on your mortgage payment if you're trying to get a mortgage, okay? And it'll make it much harder because your credit score is much lower. So that's just, again, another reason you want to have a good credit score. Now, let's talk about some of these cards and these credit cards that you should be aiming to get because it's a strategy. And the first one we're going to be talking about is Sam's Club. Sam's Club credit card. And the reason you want to do this is because somewhere down the line you may decide, hey, I want to start a business and I need to get funding. Well, if you already have a Sam's Club credit card, you're already in their database. So when you apply for a Sam's Club business credit card, guess what? You have a higher chance of being approved. This is how you start playing the strategy to go from personal credit to business funding. All right. And again, I have another video. I'm going to talk about that later. But here is the strategy. And guess what? Now, this credit card starts to report on your personal credit, right? But then when you apply for this business credit card, it won't reflect your personal credit. So if you max out this business credit card, your credit score, your good credit score won't go down. All right. So this is the reason that you want to try this here strategy versus just trying to go direct to get like a business credit card. It doesn't hurt, but I would actually try to build a relationship. And another one talking about relationships is Amex. So you know with an Amex, if you have a good credit score, then you get an Amex card, and then it's easier for you to get the Amex business credit cards. All right. And again, once you get into Amex system, you get one business credit card. Then you can apply for other business credit cards with no inquiries on your credit. That's what you want to happen. So that way you're moving yourself up to a higher level where you're starting to get the high limit credit cards. In a previous video, I'll put that back up, a link to it, where we talked about high limit credit cards from credit unions. Okay. But again, we're talking about strategy to make sure that you always have access to capital to do your investing. And this is the best way to do it. Now, here's another one that I want you to all understand. Citi card. Okay. Now, get your Citi personal card first. If you have a Citibank, I would tell you to go inside the bank and apply, just like with Sam's Club. Go to Sam's Club and apply. Now you get your Citi card, and when talking about business credit, which we'll talk about in a minute, but like, so you have your Citi personal card. Again, you're building a relationship. Then I would actually go to Costco. I would go to Costco and get a Citi business card. So I wouldn't get a business card directly through Citi. I would actually go to Costco. I would get a Costco card and then apply for the Citi Costco card. Again, leveraging, data mining, making sure that, hey, I'm in a position to be able to continue to get the funding that I need. All right. And the good thing about it with Amex City, of course, they offer business loans, right? So we're not going to even talk. Excuse me. We're not going to even talk about those yet. But here's another one that you have to understand. Let's talk about Chase. Remember, we just talked about the 524, right? So being able to get a Chase credit card or a few Chase personal credit cards with your good credit score, and then changing over, opening up your business and getting the Chase business credit card. Okay? So again, you have so much money. This is how you want to get to the you want to get to the six figures? Here you go. This is the strategy to get you to the six figures, okay? You want to get access to the higher limit credit cards and stuff? This is the strategy to go. And notice, I'm not talking about a whole lot. Now, there's one thing that you have to understand. In terms of some of these here banks and stuff, I would tell you, see if you can get at least a personal loan. Okay, even if it's not from these banks, get a personal loan, in which I have a few places. I put a link below where you can possibly get a personal loan. But again, having that personal loan with your revolving credit, this is actually what strengthens your file for you to get more. So even if you had like the car loan on there, which is very helpful. Like I said, with your rent and stuff, you probably want to do your Experian boost, so like your Netflix and stuff like that, that would help boost up your credit score. So if you have a low credit score, you're trying to boost up your credit score so you can have good credit, then you probably want to use Experian Boost. All right, so that's just a few of the things. Now let's talk about one more bank. That's Wells Fargo. Okay, now the reason I like Wells Fargo and is because, like, on the credit cards, like with the credit cards, they'll give you good limits. All right, and one of the things I like about it is because, like, with a personal credit card from Wells Fargo, they will let you do a cash advance. So if you have, like, say, a $13,000 credit card, you can take $10,000 off of it, right, on a cash advance. Yes, you're going to pay a higher interest on it, but at the same time, that $10,000 you may be looking to invest into the stock market or do the down payment on an investment property or something like that, or buying a car for a Toro or whatever, right? But at the same time, now you understand that in terms of, it's not about just having good credit, it's about how to leverage that good credit so that you be able to always have access to capital. Now let's go back and talk about Wells Fargo. Like I said, you get the Wells Fargo card. Once you get the Wells Fargo card, then you get your Wells Fargo business credit card, and then your business line of credit. And it's funny because Wells Fargo, they usually will give you a business line of credit faster than some of the other banks. So that's another reason that I like Wells Fargo. There's one more bank I want to tell you guys about, and that's U.S. Bank. Okay, and the reason I like U.S. Bank, because they seem to kind of operate like a credit union. So once you start getting your U.S. Bank credit cards, and then you're switching over to your U.S. Bank business credit cards, then what happens is that they offer you the business lines of credit also. And here's the cool thing about it, like with U.S. Bank, they evaluate your credit report every 6 months. So by them evaluating your credit report every 6 months and stuff, they will continue to increase your business credit card limits. Okay? So I hope that you got this strategy down. I will put up the video about the high limit how to get the high limit credit cards from the credit unions, because I really think that's a great video that's going to coincide with this here video. So this is Houston with three-way funding. I asked you all, hey, let me know if you did anything with any of these banks. Let me know if you tried any of these strategies. Please remember to subscribe, comment, and like. Thank you.